My lovely friends, it's Emma here, just a girl who loves Elvis. I hope you're all doing well today. I just wanted to sit down and have a gentle chat with you, because something very special is coming up, and I can't seem to stop thinking about it. I keep checking the date, I keep checking the time, almost as if it might somehow disappear if I don't keep an eye on it. And I keep telling people, oh, I'm calm about it, I'll just go along, watch the film and enjoy the evening. But if I'm being completely honest with you, I'm not calm at all. Inside I feel like a teenage girl again. You know that feeling when something exciting is coming and it just sits quietly in the back of your mind all day? When you wake up thinking about it and go to bed thinking about it. And that's exactly how epic feels to me right now. And I keep laughing at myself a little bit because I'm a grown woman. I've got responsibilities, bills, to-do lists, all the sensible things to do in life. And yet here I am, checking the date like a 16-year-old waiting for a concert again. And honestly, I don't even want to be calm about it. Because that excitement, that little flutter, that sense that something special is coming, that's a gift. And it's a feeling I first learned because of Elvis Presley. The funny thing is, Sam and I have decided to turn this into a proper little date night now. We're going out for a meal first, maybe having a cocktail or two, trying to make it all very grown up and sensible. But I know exactly what's going to happen. I'll be sitting there in the outfit that's took me weeks to choose, trying to look calm and sophisticated, probably holding a cocktail I don't even want. Inside I'll be thinking, how long until we leave? What time does it start? Should we just get the bill now? Because once Elvis Presley is involved, the calm, sensible part of me tends to disappear. And honestly, I quite like that version of me. The slightly giddy version, the slightly ridiculous version. The version who still gets excited about something like this. Because that excitement means something still reaches me. Something still moves me. And that something has always been Elvis Presley. And that excitement goes all the way back to where my love for Elvis began. To my grandad, who was a teddy boy. Sharp jackets, slick hair, that quiet, effortless cool. He didn't need to say much. He didn't need to try too hard. He just had that presence about him. And when you're a little girl and you see someone like that, you don't think about eras or culture. You just think, he's the coolest man in the world. And honestly, apart from Elvis himself, I really did think my granddad was the coolest dude on this planet. Because he carried that whole era with him. The music, the style, the attitude. And through him, Elvis became part of my life. Not through headlines, not through gossip, not through scandals. Through warmth, through everyday moments, and through music drifting through the room. And that made Elvis feel close somehow. Like someone who belongs to those memories. I remember the way my granddad would talk about that era. Not in big speeches, not in dramatic stories. Just little comments, little memories. And there would always be a softness in his voice when he spoke about those days. A quiet pride. And I loved that. Because through him, Elvis wasn't just a star. He was part of a feeling, part of a world that felt warm, exciting, and full of life. I can still picture those moments. Elvis playing, that warm, rich voice filling the room. And my granddad, my popsy, looking proud of that era. There was a sense that music meant something. Back then, music wasn't just background noise. It was the event. You dressed for it. You danced to it. You talked about it afterwards. And Elvis was right at the centre of that world. So when I think about going to see Epic, it isn't just about a film. It's about those memories. It's about that little girl. That music, that era, that connection. Because this isn't someone playing Elvis. This is Elvis on stage, in his element, doing what he did best. And there is something very honest about that. There are no rumours there, no headlines, no debates. Just Elvis, a stage and an audience. You can see the smiles, you can hear the laughter, you can feel the energy. And suddenly everything else fades away. Because what you're seeing is the truth. A man who loved music, a man who loved his audience, a man who gave everything he had when he stepped on that stage. And I think that's why this moment feels so exciting. Because for some people, this would be their first real experience of Elvis. Not the jokes, not the stereotypes, the real Elvis. And maybe someone will be sitting in that cinema who's never really understood him before. And then the music starts, and something changes, and that little spark begins. And that's how it always starts. One moment, one feeling, one connection. And I keep imagining that moment, walking into the cinema, holding my ticket, hearing that familiar hum of people talking softly in the dark. You know that atmosphere, don't you? That quiet excitement in the air, people settling into their seats, coats being folded, whispers, little laughs. And I'll walk down the aisle looking for my seat, probably checking the screen even though I know it hasn't started yet. And then I'll sit down. And for a moment, everything will go still. The lights will begin to dim, the chatter will fade, and there'll be that quiet hush that always comes just before something begins. And in that moment, I think I'll feel it. Not just excitement, not just nerves, but memory. Because it won't just feel like I'm sitting in a cinema waiting for a film. It'll feel like every step of my life with Elvis has led me to that seat. From being a little girl, sitting in a room with my grandad, hearing him sing or Elvis playing in the background, to being a grown woman, sitting in a cinema, waiting to see him again. And I can almost imagine it. That empty seat beside me. And just for a second, I'll picture my grandad there, dressed smart as always, hair just right, that quiet, cool confidence about him. He won't say much. He never needed to. He'd just look at the screen, smile softly, and maybe lean over and say something simple like, "Still the best, isn't he?" And I'll just nod, because some things don't change. Some feelings stay with you forever. And in that moment, it won't just feel like a film. It'll feel like a memory. Like love. Like time folding in on itself. And I think that's why I'm not calm about Epic. Because this isn't just a night at the cinema. It's every memory that has led me to that seat. So yes, I'm excited. I'm nervous. I'll probably cry. And I'll definitely be checking the time far too many times before we leave the house. But I wouldn't change that feeling for anything. Because some things never change. Put Elvis in that room and suddenly you're 16 again. And honestly, that's a beautiful thing. So thank you for being here, my lovely friends. Thank you for sharing this excitement. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and keep a little Elvis magic in your heart. I'll see you again soon.